Let's welcome in Ben Bybee, a Kansas City native and now an Arkansas Razorback, heading to the College World Series this coming weekend. Ben, congratulations to you and the Razorbacks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, exciting stuff. Super Regional just wrapped up. You guys take down Tennessee, and that first game, really close. And then the second one, it was all Arkansas. So just kind of recap that weekend for us and the moment when you guys find out you're heading to Omaha.
Yeah, obviously Tennessee's a very, very difficult opponent. Played them here at home 2 or 3 weeks ago and won the series. But like once again, that first game this week, and the games were tight, a lot of tension, a lot of pressure. So kind of knew what we were getting ourselves into with them this weekend. And yeah, the guys just played really good baseball. I don't think we committed any errors, and we kind of took it to them the second game, but the first game, we got to give a lot of credit where credit's due to our pitchers. Gackle, uh, absolute studs, and went out there and did their job and held them to 3 runs. And the offense did what they always do and scored some big runs when it mattered most. And so, yeah, just a really fun weekend and just a super surreal moment. Obviously, the past 2 years haven't gone our way, so this third year, celebrating on the field with the guys that have been with me the past 2 years. And yeah, it was a really, really cool moment and super excited for this week.
Yeah, last College World Series appearance for the Razorbacks in 2022. So, first for you, what's it like for you now to be heading your first one? You don't exactly know what to expect or what you're going into, but I'm sure kind of the culture there has shown you and taught you what it's going to be like this coming week.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something you want to be in every year. And growing up as a kid, I recall playing up there in the summer in a tournament every summer. And so I'd go to games as like a 8, 9, 10, 11 year old and kind of like dream about playing there one day. And so it's once again, it's pretty surreal to be able to be, on that field and play at Charles Schwab. So super excited. I've heard nothing but crazy things from Kendall Diggs and Will McIntyre who have been there. And yeah, just super, super excited to get up there and get after it.
First matchup is going to be with LSU, and Arkansas and LSU are the top two teams in this field. Obviously, the NCAA doesn't reseed when it comes to College World Series time. Now, I don't know. To me, that seems a little goofy, I guess. I think I'd probably like to see it reseeded. But for you guys who have to, just play the hand and the cards you've been dealt, what's the mentality heading into a really good matchup there in that first game in Omaha?
Yeah, like Coach Van Horn said at practice today, he was like, I wouldn't want to start any other way. Go up there and play the best and have it be the first game. And it's going to be the most packed game of the week probably with
Mhm.
our fan base and LSU's fan base going up there. It's going to be rowdy. And he was like, it's just a blessing to be able to play that first game and kind of get used to it. And once again, like the boys are excited. Doesn't matter who we're playing. We're gonna show up ready to play. And obviously LSU is a very talented team. Went to Baton Rouge a few weeks ago and played them, and so we know what we're getting ourselves into. And I think we're really really ready to go play them.
Yeah, there's not a bad team in this field. So once you're in Omaha, everybody's good. But how about a team
Right.
like Murray State, who last night, the last team into the College World Series, and they've never been. This is their first appearance. So I know you want your team to do well, but I'm sure you got to give a little credit and be happy for guys like that kind of come in as an underdog and make their way into the field.
Sure. Yeah, we played Murray State last year actually at home, early in the season, non-conference series, and a lot of the when I was watching the game, like I remember from the scouting report, like a lot of similar last names in their lineup. So I remember that they came in here to Fayetteville, and obviously we had a really good crowd, and they probably don't play in front of a lot of fans very often, and they had a really mature approach and didn't seem like they let the fans get to them, and so. Definitely a veteran team, and those teams can be dangerous, when those guys are playing for each other like that. So, super excited to see how they do up there.
You mentioned Coach Van Horn a minute ago. What is he like as a coach, and why does he have this team clicking?
Yeah, I don't even have the right words to express my respect for Coach Van Horn. He's a legend, and so to be able to go to the field and be around him and kind of soak in the things that he tells us every day is a blessing. And yeah, he's as good as it gets. He's been around so much baseball that he's just so wise in his wisdom and the things he tells us, he means it, and they're always true. whether you want to hear it or not. So yeah, he's just done a really good job. Obviously, these past few years and this year, just kind of leading the team. And he tells us all the time, he's like, my job's easy. He's like, I write the lineup. He's like, and I like to go out there. And his new thing he's been saying is he's like, I just let the boys play. So he's been enjoying it. Just like he said, letting the boys play. And so yeah, he's a legend and truly blessed to be able to play for a guy like him.
So the last time that we talked was actually after you and your Blue Valley Southwest Timberwolves team won the first
Mhm.
ever EKL title in school history, took down Blue Valley West, and I just happened to be in Kansas City that night and stopped by. I'm so glad I did. That was a great game and a great moment for you and your high school team. How have you grown since that moment to now being a junior at Arkansas?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's been, 3 years now, but I still credit a lot of my success and my growth in this game to Coach Kincaid at Southwest. I mean, having a guy like Cam by my side my senior year, and obviously with his background in college baseball, he was able to equip a lot of us with the knowledge and just kind of told us a lot of stuff and ran a lot of our practices like colleges do. So he prepared me a lot coming into Arkansas. So that was definitely a huge step. But um, you know. Just kind of playing against the best competition in the country in the SEC. I mean, obviously came in my freshman year and playing as a freshman's usually not that easy. So, got hit around a little bit, and so had to learn from my mistakes and grow on that, and rally around with my teammates, and pick the older guys' brains. And so, I think a lot of it just goes back to Coach Kincaid at Southwest, kind of getting me ready, and then just being open to fail and learn from that here. Just knowing that, failure is a part of this game and you got to learn from it sometimes, even though that's not what you want to happen, it's going to happen at some point. It gets everybody at some point. So just kind of learning from my mistakes and learning from the older guys in the program, I would say has been the biggest thing.
Yeah, I had to go back and watch that interview because I wanted to make sure I got the story right. You hadn't really pitched a whole lot in high school. You had your COVID year, sophomore year, went through a bunch of injuries junior year, and then senior year, really kind of your first time pitching. But Arkansas, took notice and wanted you to join their program. How much did that mean to you as a guy who clearly had a bunch of talent, but just really hadn't got to pitch a whole lot?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Hobbs here, he's one of the best as well, if not the best. And had injury my freshman year of high school, COVID sophomore year, and then had Tommy John my junior year. So I was out. And so I actually threw my first high school pitch my senior year. So just crazy that, he stayed loyal and respected my injury and trusted in me was the biggest thing. And got here and didn't change anything and he let me go out there and throw and prove that I can be a part of a program like this. And so obviously just tons of respect for Coach Hobbs and really thankful for the things he's done for me.
So now you've made 18 appearances this season for the Razorbacks, 3-0 and three starts, and then the rest of those in relief. But I kind of asked you before we started, do you like doing that? Because I know a lot of guys, when it comes to starting or coming in from the bullpen, kind of be a mental game a little bit. They want to have their routine and things they do, and it can throw guys off, but seems to be working pretty well for you.
Yeah, it was definitely an adjustment last year. Coming out of the bullpen more than usual. Definitely a different type of mindset coming into a ball game, say in the fifth or the sixth inning than, starting it and kind of setting the tone. It's a little different. So once again, like I said before, it was a lot of it was talking to, like Will McIntyre, Dylan Carter, the guys that have been in this program and it's their fifth year this year and kind of like picking their brains, kind of talking like how do they, stay ready for the game and stay locked in during the game. And then this year, obviously, started some midweek games. And then once conference play started, we've got three studs that can go out there Friday, Saturday, Sunday and start the game. And so they make our job in the bullpen easy. Just come in and collect outs and fill up the zone. So I wouldn't say it's been very difficult this year. I mean, obviously, the experience from last year coming out of the bullpen made the transition this year a lot easier. But yeah, I mean, like I said, whatever I can do to help the team win, I don't care if I come in the first or the ninth. I mean, I'm gonna go out there and compete my tail off and help the team win.
Mhm. So Kansas City, Arkansas has been great about recruiting guys in this area, but this year I think is it just you and then Kendall Diggs from Aquinas? Are those the two KC guys right now on the roster?
And then we got Cole Gibler from Blue Springs, and then Tate McGuire from Liberty. So KC metro area, yeah, but on the Kansas side, me and Kendall.
Yeah, awesome. That's really nice to see that Arkansas always recruits this area very heavily. So, how do you think the KC guys, represent well down there for the Razorbacks?
Yeah, I mean it's super cool coming down here and like having some familiar faces in the locker room as a freshman with Kendall, and then um, it's been super cool just to kind of be here and have his incoming freshmen come in from KC and see guys commit to Arkansas from KC. I think it's an amazing program and the transition's awesome, and so Coach Van Horn's got a history up in Kansas City, from his early coaching days, and Coach Hobbs has got some really good contacts with coaches in the Kansas City area. So
Mhm.
it's definitely, not unfamiliar to come down here from Kansas City, and the coaches know a lot of the same people from Kansas City. So it's pretty cool. Feel a little bit at home coming in, and your coaches know, your high school coach very well from, coaching, in the similar spot maybe 20 years ago. I know that's the same thing with Coach Hobbs and Coach Kincaid. They coached together out in California. So coming in and like my high school coach and my pitching coach now at Arkansas, are friends from a long time ago. It's pretty cool, and I think the Kansas City pipeline's a real thing. I mean, there's so much talent. I see all these guys on social media now from the Kansas City area committing to big, SEC, ACC, Big 12 schools, and it's super cool to see, and um, definitely hope that it can keep going on.
Yeah, so just a short trip up there to Omaha. We have a big fan club this coming week.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like I said, growing up, would always go up there with my mom or my dad, for tournaments. And so yeah, it's about, 3.5 hours to get to Omaha. So mom, dad, brother, and hopefully my grandma can make it from Illinois. I think it's like a 6 or 7 hour drive, but definitely gonna have a lot of family there to represent.
Awesome. Awesome. Any pregame superstitions for you? I know we just talked about, you haven't really been thrown off by the starting or the relief, but anything you got to do before a game starts?
Yeah, I really don't. I've kind of just kind of like to just play free. A new one I have starting last year was I saw Hagen Smith. He ate a Jersey Mike's sandwich before every game,
Oh.
and I was like, you know what? I like that. I eat a sandwich before every game. If I have the choice to get Jersey Mike's, I'll get it. If not, any sandwich works. Days I know I'm pitching, I like to have a sandwich. But other than that, I love to play free. I don't like to feel like I have to do anything before I pitch or get stuff done. I like to just go out there and play free. So
Yeah.
nothing too crazy on my end. I know it's kind of unheard of nowadays, but just like to go out there and play free and don't have to worry like I got to go eat, a sandwich. That's
Yeah.
pretty simple. But some guys have some crazy ones, and I just feel like I have a simple one, and I can just go out there and play free after that.
What's the best sandwich on the Jersey Mike's menu?
I'm pretty simple. I like the club sub. I think it's number 6 or number 8. Club sub, Mike's Way, no onions. Pretty simple.
All right, who on the team is the aux guy? Who plays the best music in the locker
Ooh, man, I could offend a lot of guys with this answer. Let me think about this.
room?
There's plenty of honorable mentions, but I'm gonna have to go with Christian Fouch or Rocco Pepe.
Okay.
Always bringing the vibes. Always bringing the vibes.
And is it like a good mix? Is it, country? You guys are in Arkansas.
Oh man,
To think about mix,
it's
but
it's a wild mix. I mean, today we had disco. I think it went from disco to country to rap. It's all over the place. You never know what else coming on next, and that's why it's kind of good. Obviously, it's a little bit of a random mix, but they're all really good songs, and yeah, Rocco brings like a West Coast vibe, like a lot of like throwback rap and like just kind of cool tunes, and then Christian's from Colorado, so kind of similar thing, kind of some groovy music, and yeah, just two super cool, like just fun, like free spirited guys, and they like their music, so I would have to say those guys for sure.
okay. Well, when they're playing the music, anybody a good dancer in the locker room?
Um, Definitely Christian. He he did. like I don't even know what kind of dancing it was. It might have been like a ballerina. I've got some crazy videos in my camera roll of him as a kid. I think his mom owns a dance academy, so he would be in their like winter like Nutcracker shows, and he was kind of the main guy. So Christian will make some moves out. He'll get a little nervous from time to time. If there's a lot of guys in there, he won't break it out, but definitely Christian Fouch, definitely the best dancer on the team, without a question.
I unfortunately haven't got to see you guys play in person this year, but do you guys have like a rally thing? You always see guys doing weird stuff in the dugout when that's going on.
Yeah, we recently started passing out towels in the dugout and like waving towels around, which I've never done before. So that's kind of a new one. And then in the bullpen, we've got a few rally things we like to do. Usually we'll have either Gabe Gackle or Steele Eves go up to the bullpen fence on the field and either like do a stanky leg or some type of like dance like right before the pitch.
Okay.
And we've had like unbelievably good luck this year. Like we'll have a little itch. We'll be like, "Hey, Steele, go do a dance," and he'll go up there and he'll dance, and next pitch will be a home run.
Oh man.
So I would say that's like the main rally one.
Yeah.
The boys, yeah, we have some fun. We have some fun in the bullpen for sure.
All right, last thing I've got for you, probably most important, really. Best sunflower seed flavor and Gatorade flavor.
Okay, the best sunflower seed is the big sweet and spicy.
Okay.
And my favorite Gatorade flavor, well, let's think. There's some good ones. I gotta say I don't know if they still make it, the G2 grape. If they still make G2, that was the best. That was the best Gatorade of all time. If not, just regular grape. But
Okay.
those are my picks.
That's a good one. Okay. Well, yeah, those are good. Nothing too crazy. I know a lot of guys get called out for crazy Gatorade flavors that they like. So that's a pretty good answer. Well, Ben,
Yeah,
so good to catch up with you. I really appreciate the time and best of luck to you and all the Razorbacks.
of course. Thank you so much.